Good morning, Phil from MOTO-MATE, and here we are in sunny Peterborough, so local for me. Because here we've got a gazebo set up. You can probably hear the Jenny firing away in the background, but we're here because we're here with Dell from MOTO-MATE, and he's coming here to scan some bikes for us because we're looking at doing some new parts. So today we're going to be scanning with the F900 range, but the parts that we're looking at are going to be common across the F900 range. So this is the XR variant, and we also have the R1250RS. Now, lots of my customers will know that we already have nav mounts for the RS. Increasing costs and just managing the production of those is proving more expensive and more challenging, so we're looking at a way to do a Mark II version to try and simplify it, take some cost out, and we're also looking at some dedicated light mounts, which will be quite exciting, I think, because there is nothing dedicated for the 1250RS. So come and watch us scan some bikes and see how we get on.
Right, so here we go. This is the scanning. So we're scanning the front of the bike. We've prepared it with some spray that dulls the gloss surfaces. Unfortunately, the scanners don't like gloss surfaces so much, they tend to bounce the light around. And it's literally as simple as this. And we keep an eye on the screen, the laptop, just to make sure we're getting what we need. So the scanner works on line of sight. It can't see behind things or through things. Just like your eyes, it can only see what's on the surface. The game we play when we're scanning is to try and keep the screen in a greeny kind of hue. If I bring the scanner in too close, then it loses its tracking and then throws a bit of a wobbly and goes red. It's not going to do it now. Likewise, if I go too far away, again it loses itself, it loses its focus. So there's a sweet spot for the scanning. It's somewhere around about 500 mil away from the subject. The beauty of this is we don't need to get everything in one go. We can merge the various scans that we take together post-processing. So I've just moved the handlebars out of the way to give me a better line of sight on the inside here. Okay, and now we'll go and do the other sides. So on this particular scan we're doing it with the screen up, and then the next batch of scans will be with the screen down. And that way when we design the nav mount, we can make sure that there's no clashes when the screen's being moved. So here we go, this is the second batch of scans now on the F900s. And it seems like we're scanning the exact same thing again, except this time we're scanning it with the screen down. And there's good reason for that. It's so that when we design the sat-nav, we've got the information that will allow us to make sure that the nav mount doesn't clash when the screen's being put through its different positions. Now on this bike it's quite simple, the screen's either up or down, so really we only have two positions to consider. That's what you see on the screen whilst you're scanning, and it actually looks like a complete mess. But once the scanning's been captured, we can then align the different scans together to give us the parts of the bike that we want. Just working now, making sure we try and capture as much as we can from all the different angles. There's always an element of paranoia whilst you're doing this. Have I missed something? Is there something critical that I haven't managed to get in the scan that I might need later? Hasn't happened yet, but it's that paranoid engineer in me coming out. We've captured the scans from having the screen down, and now we're going to do the bit where we align the scans together. I pick points between them and use those to identify how the software needs to bring the scans together. For this it's easy to use obvious things like screw heads or letters or just points within the scan that are easy to identify, and there you go, it brings both scans in together. Another round of spot the difference. So we've taken the screen off and we've got the screen mechanism raised. Again, it just gives us useful references for designing the sat-nav mount and making sure we avoid things. But the other thing we've done here is we've put the screws into the holes, and the reason for that is that they stand up like golf flag posts, and we get a very accurate reference for the positions of the screws, and more importantly the hole centres. So if for any reason we need to know where they are, when we do the analysis of the scan data, we know precisely the location of those screw holes relative to everything else on the bike. So hypothetically, if we wanted to design a new screen for this particular model, we now know where the screw centres are very accurately, and we can design the screen to pick up off those hole centres. Another example of the amazing amount of information you can gather with a 3D scanner. So here we are, we've got the Spider out, which is our component scanner, and we're using it because of its ability to take improved detail of specific components. So we're here scanning the mechanism for the screen that's on the bike, and with the detail that this will provide us, we can actually incorporate our sat-nav mount in and around this feature, this component.
Both bikes are all scanned up. Next stage is design, but all back together. Thanks a lot to Sycamore Motorrad Peterborough for lending us the bikes and giving us the space to work. And yeah, keep an eye on the website, and hopefully there'll be some shiny new parts available very soon.
Yeah, really pleased with how the scanning's gone. Looking forward to getting the parts processed and over into the CAD, and then we can do the exciting bit, which is designing the new sat-nav mounts, which hopefully we'll be bringing to you very soon.